It was a fist-sized ball of light with sharp and bright light. Then, a second ball appeared on his left hand, and a third ball appeared on his head. A few seconds later, dozens of balls of light surrounded him, like the halo of gods in myths and legends. Udi opened his arms, and these balls of light moved quickly, shooting forward fiercely, turning into a long beam of light. The dazzling white light enveloped everything in front of him. After the bodies of the zombies touched the white light, a big hole was pierced through without any hindrance. Bright beams of light passed through the zombies, and the zombies were shot to pieces as if they were made of paper. "Ha! I am the king of the battlefield!" Udi laughed wildly. His ability is Floating Cannon, a special type, which transforms mental energy into an energy cannon with extremely strong penetrating power. This ability is particularly powerful in group battles. Under the attack of the floating cannon, the group of corpses was torn apart like rags. Everyone continued to move forward. Finally, this powerful destructive power attracted the attention of the Corpse King. 4 huge copper-armored corpses walked out from the end of the tunnel. They were 3 or 4 meters tall, like giant stick insects, tall, thin, and long-legged. It's a pity that the perfect body features for humans look extremely weird when pressed on them. When Udi's floating cannon hit them, the power was not so impressive. Udi narrowed his eyes and said, "Is this the so-called copper-armored corpse? I want to see how powerful it is." He put away the light ball around him and slowly condensed a white light in his right hand, but Byun Junwoo held him down. "Take a break first." Although Udi's floating gun is powerful, it consumes mental energy. In a sense, if this ability is used too much, it will cause irreparable damage to the ability user. Udi still listened to Byun Junwoo's words. He put away his ability and said, "Then I'll leave it to you." So they didn't take it lightly. "We'll take one each," Byun Junwoo said, having already selected one of them and raised the large black pistol in his hand. A dull gunshot sounded, and a bullet accurately hit the eye on the chest of the bronze-armored corpse. After being hit, the bronze-armored corpse with steel bones actually staggered back a few steps. This weapon is obviously not an ordinary pistol. It is the pistol in Wang Wei's poem. Byun Junwoo walked towards the bronze-armored corpse step by step with an expressionless face, and the bullets in his hand hit its slender torso one by one. It actually forced it to retreat step by step. Bailey Chang King, Kong Sheng, and Chi Guangming also selected their respective opponents. Kong Sheng flashed and appeared in midair, and his right leg chopped the shoulder of a bronze-armored corpse like a long knife. The bronze-armored corpse was knocked to his knees by this blow, and a terrible cut was made on its shoulder, revealing the bones inside. Kong Sheng's expression was a little surprised because he saw that the bone was actually blood red. "It's really hard." His kick could split a car. At this moment, a beam of light passed by him and shot into the chest of the bronze-armored corpse. A terrible wound was immediately shot out on the chest of the bronze-armored corpse, and the flesh and blood were blurred. Kong Sheng turned around and saw Chi Guangming holding a strange black sniper rifle and smiled at him. "At times like this, we still need to cooperate." On the other side, Byun Junwoo had already pressed the bronze-armored corpse against the wall and then stuffed the pistol into its mouth and blew its head up from the mouth. The remaining half of the body collapsed to the ground and fell heavily into the smelly corpse water. Although the combat effectiveness of the 4 bronze-armored corpses is strong, they are only appetizers in front of the investigation team. Meng Siyu pressed her head with one hand and suddenly said, "The corpse group is moving. The white-haired monkey and the 6 bronze-armored corpses are about to run away. A large number of corpses are surrounding them." Byun Junwoo adjusted his toad mirror and said in a cold voice, "Now it can be. It was determined that the white-haired monkey was the Corpse King. The corpse group was here to delay time. Let's go! We must catch it today! We must not let it escape!" The Corpse King has a strong evolutionary ability, and its wisdom is constantly growing. If it is allowed to escape this time, it will be more difficult to catch it next time after knowing everyone's abilities. So everyone did not stop and chased in the direction where the Corpse King escaped. But this time, the corpse group and the rat group were like crazy, pouring in from the end of the tunnel like a tide. Byun Junwoo didn't want to waste any more time and took off his sunglasses directly, and he said, "Destruction." and a dazzling yellow light lit up in the tunnel. After a moment, the tunnel, thousands of meters long, had been cleared clean. With this blow, thousands of zombies were directly wiped out. Byung-junwoo felt a pain in his chest, and he couldn't help but cover his mouth and cough violently, but he didn't stop at all. Chase! There is no time to waste, and everyone understands this, so they chased in the direction where the Corpse King fled. Along the way, there were sporadic giant rats and corpse groups trying to stop them, but they were all wiped out by Bailey Chang King and Kong Sheng. At this moment, outside the Yangsheng base, the zombies that were ferociously attacking the base seemed to have received some kind of signal and stopped attacking. They turned around and rushed in the direction of the tunnel. As the corpses left, the rats also joined the retreating army. Xiao Honglian was burning with flames all over her body like a fire god, but her violently heaving chest showed that her fight was not easy. Looking at the sudden retreat of the corpses and rats, she was a little stunned. What's going on? She didn't know that while they were fighting, the Corpse King underground was also facing a life-and-death crisis. At this time, Byung-junwoo and others had caught up with the fleeing Corpse King. The group of corpses blocking the group of corpses and the investigation team was like a rag, and a huge hole was easily torn open. The entire investigation team rushed to the vicinity of the Corpse King at lightning speed. It was also the first time for them to see the white-haired monkey at such a close distance. It was protected by 3 huge copper-armored corpses, and one of the copper-armored corpses carried it and ran wildly into the depths of the subway. "Catch it alive!" Byung-junwoo shouted. Chi Guangming raised his hand and raised the black sniper rifle, aiming at the leg of the copper-armored corpse carrying the white-haired monkey. The slender leg joint was hit by a white light, and it broke with a click. The copper-armored corpse roared and fell to the ground, and the white-haired monkey on its shoulder screamed and rolled to the ground. At this time, Bailey Changqing rushed over with a knight's spear and directly pressed the muzzle of the gun against its head. The white-haired monkey's eyes flashed with obvious fear, and then huddled on the ground without moving. The copper-armored corpses around were afraid to attack, and could only growl and threaten Bailey Changqing to let it go. Byung-junwoo stared at the white-haired monkey. It was impossible for the creature locked by him to escape. He could make it disappear in an instant. A group of people came to the white-haired monkey and ignored the copper-armored corpses. With the white-haired monkey in hand, the copper-armored corpses dared not move at all. Is this the zombie king who secretly commands the entire zombie army? Byung-junwoo looked at the white-haired monkey on the ground and raised his eyebrows. Udi laughed carelessly. I thought this thing could control the zombies. It must be very powerful. So it's so weak, Bailey Changqing said calmly. No, this is reasonable. If it can really control countless zombies, it means it is the brain of the zombies or some kind of control system mutant. Then it's not surprising that it doesn't have strong personal combat power. Meng Siyu muttered to himself. No wonder. Even if it can control a huge zombie group, it doesn't dare to easily launch a full-scale war against human forces. Because its body is too weak, a large number of zombies and bronze-armored zombies must be left to protect its safety. With its own combat power, any adult may be able to kill it. Subscribe for more episodes.